Warning, this podcast may contain bad language and content that some listeners may find offensive.
And maybe some prices that they will find offensive or reasonable.
Maybe not.
We'll see. Not going to show my cards yet, but it's going to be ridiculous. Welcome to Seesaw Podcast.
With your hosts, T, Cleaves and Selina.
Every week, bringing some much-needed balance and humour to brighten up what can sometimes be a dark, disabled world.
Welcome back to Seesaw. Selina's laughing in the background. The unprofessional background noise that is Disability Podcast. We are
You
here.
weren't prepared today. You've just had to make that up on the spot.
I was not prepared today, but
Almost like you turned up late.
Late.
Again.
Mm.
At least you turned
help
up
it.
at all this time.
Can't help it.
Nice
I
of
have a
you.
life.
Nice of you to be here.
We know what happens when I'm not.
Listens.
Yeah, you actually
They
did
come
really well there.
flooding
So.
in.
Yeah.
You seem still a little bit worn out.
I am about to spit up the stairs.
Okay.
Stop laughing at my unfitness. I've got to get in archery shape.
You used to work in a gym, didn't you?
I used to.
In a different life.
Yeah. What do you want? Do you want prudentness or do you want professionalism?
Consistency in both of those.
No dice. Speaking of dice and other miscellaneous crap, this week we are doing Price is Blind.
Seesaw Media is proud to present The Price is Blind with your hosts T and Cleaves. So come on down!
Play along at home and guess the prices of the following items for your chance to not win any of them. If you haven't listened to this show before, the rules are really easy. We each have found a product, essentially being tailored or sold to the visual impaired, disabled. I'm pretty sure they're going to be visual impaired specific.
Yeah, it's Price is Blind, not Price is Disabled.
The way this works is we are going to describe a product that we have found to the others and go over the features, and they're going to take a cheeky little guess on how much they think this product costs. And Brucey rules apply. If you're a penny over, you are bust. Who's starting us off this week?
I don't mind starting us off. I've gone in with my old classic Nib shop. Got a whole category on this one. They have this thing called a daisy player. I'm going to just quickly read a little bit of the copy from their website for you to so you get an idea of what the daisy player is about. And yes, I might keep saying it in that way. Take complete control of your talking books. Talking books are both in capitals for some reason. This is copy that I've literally taken from their website. With the daisy in full capitals, player. Jump to a chapter, a paragraph, or a word at the press of a button. I would like to point out at this point, the daisy player does not have a screen. Anyway, they have a lot of daisy players. Some of them may do, some of them may not. I haven't looked into all of them. But the one I've done is called the Victor Reader. Stratus 12M. Daisy player. Daisy again. All in capitals. Let me give you a little rundown of some of the things that this can do. With a daisy player, I imagine most of them, you can listen to daisy audiobooks, music CDs,
Okay.
and, get this, MP3 CDs.
Nice.
You can highlight like a bookmark feature to enable you to mark sections of the book or quickly return to important paragraphs. It's like an audio reader, basically.
Right.
And it can be used for like leisure reading or, education, I guess.
Okay.
And I'm going to describe this thing a little bit because it's kind of hard to build a little picture of it in your mind, I think, without seeing a picture of it, which I appreciate. If you're listening to a podcast, probably not going to get that. It's, from what I can guess, because the size dimensions aren't on there, probably the size of a Kindle or a small tablet, but a bit more square. As far as I can tell, there's no real screen to it unless it flips out the back. I have no fucking idea. And then there's some large janky buttons on the front. What it reminded me of was, when you're a little kid, like a little 3-year-old, and you have those little, like, play telephone things. And they've got the big chunky buttons on, and you press like 3 buttons, like 999. It goes, "Hello, you are the fire brigade." It kind of reminds me of that, but instead of a phone on the side, it has, and I quote, "a sturdy built-in handle for portability."
Okay.
One would argue that if it was portable, it would fit nicely in your pocket.
One would argue at that size, the item itself is portable, and adding the handle would make it less portable.
Well, I don't know how large it is. I mean, if you had like, imagine a Kindle-sized tablet, but a bit more square, so sort of wider. I'm not sure how thick it is either, but it looks thicker, shall we say, to incorporate the big old pressable buttons.
Okay.
Anyway, some of those features it has. You can listen in comfort using its built-in speaker. Or you can plug some headphones into it. It says nothing at this point, by the way, about Bluetooth. So, fairly certain this is a jack-in-it device. You can put in a USB or SD card. It has the slots for both.
Ooh.
So you can listen to content from different sources. It has a text-to-speech program. So if you've got a document that's like a TXT format, is that a thing? Anyway, HTML or like Word documents, it can read the document out to you. So that's quite good, isn't it? If you've got a little Word document, or I guess at this point, I was thinking it's probably quite good for people at school, although you probably would have the piss ripped from you for carrying one of these, if it fit in your bag at all. You can either speed up or slow down the playback speed and adjust the tone of the voice to suit you. Just think how deep you could make me.
As long as it's on the Barry White setting, I'd be happy.
It also has a sleep timer in case you're reading your educational notes and think you might drift off during a lecture. So that's the main sort of features of it. But you may be wondering, power. How is this baby powered? Well, like everything, it's charged with a rechargeable battery, which you can get a sweet 10 hours playback. Now, just to make things abundantly clear, you get 10 hours on its rechargeable battery when playing back Daisy audiobooks. Now, I've copied the text here from the website. It says, other formats may be significantly less. Not my words. So you've got your 10 hours, maybe significantly less. Let's hope it survives you the day, because it takes 4 hours to charge.
Oh, that's a long time. A 10-hour charge. That's a long time.
No, 10 hours of usage, 4 hours to charge.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like for a 10-hour worth of battery on it, like 4-hour charges.
Oh yeah, it's near enough.
That's a long time. Nearly,
yeah, 50%. Yeah,
so, yeah, that's just a lot.
But you do get a sweet 24-month warranty, and you have the option, you can tick both if you wish, for additional instructions that are available in either audio or braille format.
Ironically, you need the instructions in audio.
You do.
And you need to know how to use it.
Yep. The braille version. And then if you've forgotten how to use a particular part of the file, I guess, you can get the audio.
Okay. Is that your roundup of the Victor Daisy?
It was a Victor Reader Stratus 12M Daisy reader.
I've kept very quiet.
You have?
Because
this is where Selina's like, I've got one.
I used to have one. Not that exact model. I used to have a Daisy reader. Mine definitely sounds a bit more sophisticated than that one, though.
Well, I picked the 12M because it seemed like the most of the sophisticated ones.
Interesting.
I just went with a higher number.
I assume
maybe it's like that's like 12 meters.
Yeah. I just assume this one would be. Do you know how large I think it is? The fact that it plays audio and MP3 CDs makes me think it's roughly the size of an old portable Discman. So for anyone that's, under 20 years old, that's something that would portably play a CD.
So, Selina, you used to have one of these. Why don't you have one now?
I didn't have one that played CDs. I had one, but I could download books onto. But it was called. So I used to get the Daisy CDs from the RNIB library in a nice Velcro bag. I used to upload the books onto my laptop and then download the books onto my Daisy reader.
Sounds convenient.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that's what everyone used to do with like iPods, right?
Yeah, it was similar.
And old school MP3 players. Was the time of year that we're talking, was it early noughties that you were doing this, or
No,
was it
we're
last year?
talking about 10 years ago.
Okay, yeah. Well, you know what? About 10 years ago, people were still using iPods and MP3 players and stuff like that. That's fair, I would argue. Streaming
Mine
services
did
were only
have
starting to come in.
chunky buttons. I know exactly what kind of buttons you're talking about, and your analogy was very good with the kids' telephone. Very
Fisher
similar.
Price phone. Yeah.
hmm
But were they convenient from a person that's used one?
Well, 10 years ago, yeah.
But now you're saying I'd rather just
Now,
have
use
Audible
my
on my
phone.
phone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And you could actually get I don't know if it was this model, but RNIB used to give out Daisy readers for free if you were with the library.
Well,
So you could have
that puts a
potentially got
spanner
this
right
for
in the
free.
works.
Mm,
How much is the subscription to the library?
it's free.
What?
Yep.
So why would people? Do you just sort of rent it then and give it back when
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, that makes sense.
£10 a book? I had a look at the books on the library now. Some of them, if you want to buy them, you can get Davina McCall's book, £10, not read by Davina McCall on Daisy.
Menopausing.
No,
I think that's she's got a book called Menopausing. I'm joking.
No, this all...
That's not the one you were looking up.
Menopause is when you need a
no.
break.
this was under the health and well-being section. I thought I'd be fancy to begin with before I gave up because I thought all the products were pill-based. It was something to do with like low sugar diet. Anyway, it wasn't read by Davina McCall. She probably only did the Audible version. Anywho, Daisy Reader, Victor Stratus 12M, it has such a long name. What do you reckon this baby will set you back as a blind person? So expert.
So I'm going to go first because Selina has more experience with this. I'm going to say this is going to be a cool £500.
I think that's quite a good guess. I think I paid, like 10 years ago, about £300 for mine. And it was fancier. But I feel like this is a bit retro and it's hard to get things that play CDs these days. I'm going to go £650.
Oh, Selina. If you'd have told me your original guess at £300, I would be ding-dinging that cash register. Because the actual price is £375. You both got a nice, cheap Fisher-Price phone.
Nice.
It's because it lacks tech, oddly enough. I think that's why it's slightly cheaper than we anticipated. But also, It's a very expensive Fisher-Price phone.
Yeah.
It doesn't phone.
No.
But
No,
you get what I'm saying.
You know, it does phone and play audiobooks.
A phone? Wait, phone's phone? That was just a name.
The kids know what phones are.
Yeah, but not how to phone.
Okay. Shall we go to you, Selina? What have you got for us?
So I went for one of RNIB's best sellers.
Was it the 12M Stratus? I think it's the handy handle that gets people, suckers them in.
Okay, my product. Orange bumper stops.
What?
Like bump dots.
Well, I would call them bump-ons. You might call them bump dots. But they're being advertised here as bumper stops.
So does someone have the copyright on bump dots?
I think I know what they are, but just explain exactly what this is.
Well, as I've already mentioned, it is a best seller.
Is that 'cause
There's some
anything people can
handy
afford?
pictures that's at the start of the page showing you these bumper stops on a microwave, on a radiator thermostat, and on a telephone keypad. You get a pack of 72 bumper stops that are 3 millimeters high. They're ideal for marking equipment around your home or in the office if you have a job.
Does it say? Does it say if you have a job?
That's in brackets.
It gives you some suggestions of how you can use them on the settings of a washing machine, buttons on a remote control. There are 72 self-adhesive round flat tactile bumps with colour bright orange.
Another one for
Dot
Deluxe
size
Shop.
7x3 millimeters.
7x3, okay.
7 by 3 millimeters. They are the bullet points. And then, if we actually go into the features tab.
Whoa. I think I missed this on the Daisy one.
The colour orange is a feature, although it was bright orange on the overview.
So which is it?
Somewhere between orange and bright orange on the deluxe chart.
So 700 oranges there.
Yeah.
Material, adhesive, rubber. That is the features. But there's more.
But wait.
How is there this much?
The copywriter has done a fair job, I would say, so far. Go on.
There's a video tab.
Of course there is.
Yep. And I've watched the video. And it says, Shadeen shows us how bump-ons, so it's actually just changed the name and they're no longer bumper stops. It shows us how Shadeen does her housework independently. And Shadeen is a big fan of bump-ons / bumper stops. If you watch the video, she shows you how she marks her washing machine. So she knows which one's the cottons, which one's a gentle wash. She also uses them on her microwave. She basically thinks they're great.
What, to know which one's a gentle wash in the microwave? Who's Shadeen? Anyway.
Shadeen
is a random person.
It's a proper advert for RNIB because it's got the RNIB like jingle at the end. RNIB supporting blind and partially sighted people. One of those. But if you're not sure about bumper stops / bump-ons by now, there is also a user guide. There are downloadable product instructions. It can either be in a text format or audio.
Can I use my Daisy to read these?
I think you probably could.
I just have some general questions, and I appreciate that they're not answered on the description, so I guess I'm asking you guys. Have you ever at any point thought to yourself, I need some bump dots?
So here we go again.
How many
Confession.
do I need? No.
I've got these.
Okay, no, fine.
In bright orange / orange.
No, I get that, right? But in all the appliances and everything in your house, have you ever thought, I could really do with at least 70?
I know.
Oh, this pack's got 70. What, a couple spare?
I think I've had my pack for about 10 years since I moved into this house. I think actually, generally, that's when I bought them. And yeah, I've still got lots left over.
Did they come on like a little backing sheet then? You just kind of peel them off and stick them on?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Amazing product. Let's just say it right.
I mean, it is kind of genuinely a useful product from RNIB.
Bestseller.
And it's a bumper, and no, it's not a bumper pack, is it? It's bumper dots.
You can get a pack of 80 in mixed colours and shapes and sizes, but that's not what we're talking about today.
Did you get sweet 8 more? And some of them will be larger. Oh, God, you've led us down a path, Selina. Okay, right. All right, have we come to pricing time?
I think we have.
You've got no further questions?
No.
I didn't have questions after you said the products, thankfully.
I did. Why are they called bumper stops?
Oh, they're bumper dots.
No, they're not. You said bumper stops.
Yeah, bumper stops.
The video said differently.
Yeah, but Shadeen calls them bump-ons,
Or
like
sticky
myself.
knobs.
I'd love to meet Shadeen.
Rubber nipples.
Listen, stop. My guess, 72. That is a lot.
We're going ex-VAT, blind friendly price.
Yeah, that's like a grab bag, isn't it? Like a share bag. I'd say £5. £4.99, in fact.
I am going to say 10p for every bumper dot. £7.20.
Wow.
Wow. I can reveal that Cleaves is the winner, as they are £5.50.
Oh, yes!
Oh, I'm bad at this.
51p out, mate. That's got to be like some sort of record.
I bet they used to be £5 before cost.
Mate, I'm within 10%. I would have won Bruce's big old bonus. I would have won the car, which I wouldn't been able to drive.
You could sell it.
Yeah.
Buy more bump-ons.
The bumper car.
And if you are interested, if you would like the pack of 80, which are mixed colours, shapes and sizes, that will set you back £10.80.
What?
It's a big difference. Big difference. If you're okay with bright orange.
Why is it nearly double the price?
The variety.
Of course.
Sorry, yeah.
Of course. How silly of me.
Can you imagine going to a show? Yeah, he's singing. It's only a £5. Well, this has got singing and dancing. Yeah, but it's double the price.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right then, T. Round us out.
Okay, it's a hat trick of Arnib.
Such an easy go-to.
It is. This is the Roberts Concerto Free Radio.
Concerto, is it actually spelt like that?
Yep.
Like cheer?
Yeah, well, concerto.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Do you
Concerto.
know what?
I
I think I had this one as well.
Sounds like the only thing Arnib had was Selina over a barrel.
And this is model HD14. And I will note that it does not have HD audio because HD audio doesn't really exist. Okay, so this is a radio.
Thank you.
Oh, you want more details, do you?
I'm really excited to hear if it's the same one that I had where you could touch the handle on top and it tells you the time at the touch of the handle.
You
Is
will
it?
be disappointed.
Ah,
That was the HD 15.
Yep. So, listen to your favourite radio stations, DAB and FM.
Nice.
You can also listen to audiobooks, making the Daisy Player completely useless.
oh wow. See, mine couldn't do that.
That is a good point. Yeah, this ends up being cheaper. This is then... We've probably done some legit research into what people should buy here accidentally.
Well, we'll see.
Okay. Sorry, go on.
It also comes with a sweet cassette player, if anyone knows what that is.
Yeah, they're coming back in a big way.
Or maybe it's the time to get your Roberts Concerto free. It also has a CD player and the ability to plug in a USB for MP3 audio.
Nice.
This sounds like a super hi-fi. Remember those?
I still have something. So
Well, let me finish.
yeah, sorry.
The next paragraph starts off by saying it's also a radio and plays DAB and FM radio. Again, I will note that this is probably said 4 times in the copy to pad it out. But you can bookmark up to 10 different radio stations for ease of access. 5 FM and 5 DAB. You cannot mix and match. You can set other favorites and it will remember the last point of play on your CD/audio file. So if you're listening to a book, it will remember where you finished, which is admittedly quite a good feature if you're listening to like a book on a CD.
Oh, yeah, on CD. Okay, that's a good point.
Or even an MP3 version. It will listen.
Can it do it on the cassette?
I imagine you just press stop.
Oh, yeah.
It's
been so long.
I forgot for a second how they actually worked.
Yeah, the cassette doesn't keep turning when you're done listening.
Not being funny, right? But okay, yeah, that's a good point. But also, I mean, CDs aren't going to be that bad, are they? They're probably going to be split by chapters.
Absolutely. Okay. It has a large LCD display with a zoom feature. It doesn't say how far it zooms. It's not backlit, but it will do it. It has chunky ass buttons. The buttons you would expect. Play, pause, a couple of dials on it by the looks of things. You can also use the internal microphone to record from radio. Please note, SD card and USB are not included for this.
You're not allowed to record off the radio. It's illegal.
RNIB are directly encouraging piracy at this point. Okay, now on to the specifications. CD, USB, bookmarking system, like I've said. DAB and FM, that says RDS wavebands?
What does this mean?
I don't know, but apparently it's a specification on it. It can listen to MP3s and WMAs, like any other format. I think, was it ACC or AAC?
Wait, WMA. Oh, that's the Apple version, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I think...
No, that's M4A, isn't it? No, that's M3A? Oh, fuck knows.
We're digressing. The point is it has 2 different formats. It can
do Microsoft or MP3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Did I mention it has a cassette playback? They literally do repeat. It will beep a tone to confirm the station you're playing because you'll be listening to the station you're playing. And it has a rotary volume.
Oh, that's like a little Turny dial, right?
Yeah, turny dial.
So it doesn't talk to you. It can only beep. My one talked to me.
Well, this one just beeps. As stereo speakers, you can also plug in your 3.5mm headphones. Does not have Bluetooth. You can power it via AC main socket. It does not have an inbuilt battery.
So it's not portable in any respect.
Well, you'd be wrong. You can power it by disposable batteries.
Okay.
This motherfucker will take 8C batteries.
Damn.
And I imagine it will drain them quicker than your Daisy meter. And the last thing, just for a bit of context, this is around the size of a shoebox.
What size shoes?
The
9,
boxes all the same.
8.
They just add more.
No.
They add more tissue paper.
A
for the smaller
medium
shoes.
shoebox. Let's say that. Let's just say a medium shoebox.
I have a quick sidebar on this.
Okay.
When you said it was a Roberts radio,
Yeah.
something came back to me. I have a Roberts radio currently in this house. It was on Amazon described as a portable Roberts radio, and I asked one of my parents to buy it for me so I could take it to Silverstone. However, when this portable Roberts radio turned up, it was fairly large. I'm going to say it was the size of a shoebox, but a child's medium. So it was probably slightly bigger than, I don't know why I'm using the Kindle analogy, slightly bigger than a Kindle and almost as thick. However, it did have a strap on so that you could attach it to your belt.
Wow.
I would
Is
tell
that what
you.
you did?
No, I shoved it in my bag. I think it was clangling around on my belt. I would have bruises on my legs by the time I got to the track. At Silverstone, it is a regular source of ridicule for me. And yet I still keep taking it every year. That has a headphone jack in it. It's pretty good. And that takes about, I think that's 4 AA batteries that one takes.
Nice.
But it has no AC adapter. Anyway, sorry, I digress. Let's go back to yours.
Oh, can I tell my Roberts radio story?
Why not?
So when I went to RNC, I genuinely took a Roberts talking DAB digital radio with me. And yeah, I went home every weekend, and one weekend I came back and they changed all the windows in Armitage from single glazing to double glazing. And I came back and my radio was just full of dust and crap, and it was broken. Never worked again. Thanks, RNC and your window people.
Yeah, you pricks.
I don't remember ever getting double glazing RNC.
Maybe they didn't do your side.
Yeah, you're on the poor side.
Mm.
Shouldn't have paid extra. Okay, so I will remind you that this is a radio.
Size of a shoebox, roughly.
Yeah.
More like a ghetto blaster. And it's got a tape deck. Do you know what? It is kind of like an old school ghetto blaster because it's got a tape deck.
Yeah.
Mm.
But it is quite small. Like, we're not talking about one of those big boom boxes.
No.
So I have no more information to share. What do you reckon of this?
I'm going to say $129.99.
No,
Oh, is it not? Okay,
that's
fine.
too cheap. Too
Oh, do you reckon?
cheap.
It's a
Yeah.
radio. I know it's got a tape deck in it, but come on.
Oh, it seems to do some quite magical stuff though.
It doesn't talk.
It
It's got
remembers.
USB ports. It remembers your radio channels, 5 DAB and 5 FM.
Yeah, it might have been worth something back in 2005, but
Or
nowadays.
any sort of smart speaker.
And you can listen to Daisy books on it, remember?
I will say, I did make the joke about it making your Daisy obsolete. It did not say it was Daisy compatible or not compatible.
Depends what the file format is of a Daisy.
It does, because if a Daisy format is an MP3 or WMA, you'll be fine. If it isn't one of those, it will not work.
I'm sticking with my
I'm-
original 129.99.
I'm going 300 because that's what I should have gone for before. So I'm going £300.
Wow. Cleaves, you have stormed it this week. You weren't even close. Selina, you busted out. This is £245.
Ah,
God damn. To put it into perspective, the radio that I described, $19.99.
bargain.
No, it wasn't, because I wanted a really small portable one that fit in my pocket. I didn't realise
Why
it was
did you
going
need to ask your parents to buy you a £19.99 radio?
Well, it was my birthday and I wanted a load of camping stuff for Silverstone, and I just couldn't justify buying things to do something that I didn't really like. Camping sucks, and I don't want to have to buy stuff to do it, but I do want to make my life comfortable whilst I do it.
That's fair.
So I used my birthday to get stuff like that.
Okay.
Anywho, that's a lot of money for a radio.
For context, we've mentioned about audiobooks, we've mentioned about the radio and various things like that. You can get a smart speaker. I know not everyone's comfortable with them, but a certain Amazon product, especially on Prime Day or Black Friday, 30 quid. And granted, it's not portable, but I would debatably say this Robert's Concerto 3 is also not portable.
You can't play a cassette on an Alexa.
Yeah, but I'm sure you could get a cassette player specifically for that purpose for around 20 quid.
What
And
he
actually,
what he meant to say was, why would you want to?
you can actually listen to the RNIB library via your smart speaker.
Yep.
For free?
Yep.
It will also
But the
tune
only-
into any radio station as well, so you don't need bookmarks.
So, hang on. If I wanted to listen to the RNIB library, what would I say to the speaker?
Probably like open RNIB talking books or something like that.
I've genuinely learned something today.
But you
Nice.
can't speed up the speed of the books. I don't use it.
Or is it the actual
They might
smart
have
speaker
updated that.
narrates it as well?
No. It's the actual book, but you can't, like, if you use it on your phone on the Easy Reader app, then you can. I listen on 2.5 speed, but I don't think it goes that fast on smart speaker.
Damn, 2.5 speed. Yes, you're
Mhm.
listening through books. Okay, cool.
Cool. There we go. There's another Price is Blind wrapped up nice and neat. It was very audio based. We did have the bump ons, but you could even put those on your radio or Daisy player if you wanted to be over the top with the accessibility.
It was an RNIB special today.
Yeah, it
It
was.
was. So thank you for joining us. If you liked this, please put one of your 72 bump dots on that shortcut key to Seesaw Podcast on whatever the hell you're listening to us on. Get ready for a cassette version coming to nowhere near you soon.
The best of Seesaw. 7 blank cassettes.
And on that redundant note, see you next week.
Thank you for listening to Seesaw Podcast. Your feedback and comments mean a lot to us, so if you'd like to get in touch, you can do so in the following ways.
You can find us on Twitter at Seesaw Pod, Facebook, Instagram and YouTube at Seesaw Podcast. And you can also join us at seesawpodcast.com.
Remember to like, rate, review, and share with a friend.
This podcast was recorded in front of a blind audience.